love you, Kristen. You are the love of my life, the treasure in my heart, and the one I will pursue forever. You are the kind of person that gives your all the time. And you inspire me to be more, to give my all. And my all I give to you. All my love, all the time, for all my life. You are passionate, purposeful, and persevering. I admire your fierce loyalty to those around you. You genuinely care for people both in and out of your family, workplace, and church context. Your devotion and care is unparalleled, and your approach to life challenges me to be a better person. You challenge me to grow, and I look forward to growing as your beloved husband. Even when hairs grow gray, our love will only grow brighter. And even when our bones begin to waste away, our love will only grow stronger. Kristen, I promise to pray with you often. I promise to point you to Christ, the source of salvation, life, and eternal security. I promise to love you as Christ loves his church, sacrificially, unconditionally, graciously. I promise to be quick to listen to you, understand you, and encourage you. I promise to support you through thick and thin and all the ups and downs of life. I promise to always forgive you as Christ has forgiven me. I vow to honor, cherish, and love you, to love you fully, to love you honestly, and to love you passionately, as long as I shall live. I will love you with all my heart, mind, body, and soul. I give you my love. I give you my all. I love you, Kristen.
Rich, you are my first love, the only man I've ever loved, and the man I stand here today promising to love for the rest of my life. When I started praying to God as a teenager about my future husband, I asked him to find me someone who had a strong relationship with God, who would respect me for who I am, who was loving toward me and others, and who was a good leader. And here you are. Not only did you fulfill my list, but you are also the best combination of strong and sensitive that I could ever hope for. You are deeply committed, faithful, and dependable. I love that you are authentic, honest, and teachable, and that you're incredibly happy, optimistic, and enthusiastic. You even met my teenage bonus list of tall and buff, handsome, smart but not nerdy, funny, and able to play the guitar. So thank you, Lord.
Praise Jesus.
Life with you so far has been incredible and has challenged me to be brave and vulnerable, to confront challenges, to take more risks, and to learn to sometimes just lighten up. You have pursued me and loved me in a way I always hoped for, but never knew if I would experience. You are my answered prayer, and I feel blessed to be standing here with you today. I love you. Today, before God and our family and friends, I vow to give you all I am and all I have. I promise to respect you as my husband and the God-ordained leader of our household. I promise to stand by you and stand up for you, to believe in you, encourage you, comfort you, and care for you through whatever challenges life brings. I promise to keep God first and fight and pray for our marriage and for you as my husband. Above all, I promise to love you with a love that seeks to put your needs before my own, forgive you, accept you, and give myself up for you by the grace of God for the rest of my life.
We can see so clear. Ooh, we can see so
All of the world's a stage, welcome to the show. I glance at you, you smile at me like we're all alone. We dance around it, but we'll never let each other know. It's an illusion, let the games begin. Step into the ring as I juggle all my feelings for you. Don't miss all the action, cause the main attraction is knowing that you feel the same way too. It's like we're on a tightrope. It's like we're on a tiptoe fashion in the air.
I didn't know anything about what having a little sister was like, nor did I know the responsibilities as an older brother. However, I do remember that Kristen laid it all out for me in her maid of honor speech at my wedding. And this is what she said. I took her speech that she said, and she said, "I'm so happy that you're gonna be my new big brother. Remember, that entitles me to all the rights of having a brother, including punching privileges, duty to protect me from unwanted suitors, and license to pull the little sister card sometimes." So the number one thing I heard from that speech was duty to protect her from unwanted suitors. And you know what's crazy? That actually happened, but we're not gonna go into that today. So as a new big brother, a new older big brother, I wanted the absolute best for my little sister. And I thought to myself, what better thing could I do than deliver her a man? I would cement my legacy as the best older brother ever. Now sadly, I failed at that. Val and I would sit on the couch and in the car, and we would go through the list of all our male friends. And to be 100% honest with you, not one was worthy enough or good enough to date our little sister, right? And so I still remember there was a time when Kristen, Val, and I were walking around the neighborhood, and we just casually mentioned, "So do you have any prospects, Kristen?" And she said, "Actually, my friend Nancy is supposed to set me up with some guy she knows at Biola." And Val and I, ears perked up and said, "Who? What?" And before she could even tell us his full name, I broke out my phone and I was looking up Rich Hung on Facebook, right? His account is private, so all I saw was his profile picture, and so I got a quick glimpse of this Rich Hung. Now fast forward 3 weeks, Val and I started attending this church in Huntington Beach, brand new to it, and amongst the 700 people at the service, I see this sharp-looking Asian brother 4 rows in front of me. And I stare at the back of his head and his side profile, and I nudge my wife and I say, "Honey, that guy," this is gonna sound really weird and stalkerish, but that guy looks like the guy that Chrissy is supposed to get set up with. Mind you, Chrissy has not even met him. Rich doesn't even know this, you know? And so, fast forward 1 or 2 weeks later, Kristen goes on her first date with Rich. And so my first question to my little sister is not how was your first date? It was like, what church does he go to, right? And we find out that day that sharp looking Asian brother was Rich Hung. Thank you, Jesus. So Rich, you don't know this, but I had my eye on you before you even knew I existed. All right, let's get that straight. So anyways, Kristen and Rich, they start dating. And my job as an older brother, it wasn't over. I began my quest to find dirt on Rich, right? And to ensure that he was not that unwanted suitor. So I find out we have a lot of mutual friends. And I asked them, I asked all these mutual friends about Rich, and it all begins to come back the same response. And I'll tell you this, my friend who went to college with Rich basically summed it up in one statement when I asked him, tell me about Rich Hung. And he said, dude, that guy's like perfect. I was like, boom, this is a true story. And I was like, wow. And that's when I thought, this Rich Hung guy could be the one for my little sister. And so after a year and a half, after all the dirt digging, the stalking, and protecting from unwanted suitors, I can finally say my job as an older brother is done. As I am emceeing the wedding of two very special individuals. You both have so much love for people, so much love for the Lord, and I think I could speak on behalf of all of us that in some way we have been truly blessed individually by both of them, and now we get to be blessed by them from now. Together they will bless us, and it's just an amazing thing, and it's such a huge privilege to be up here at your wedding, knowing that the Lord had his hand all in this.
So I'm going to talk about Rich a little bit. My brother is a remarkable young man. He, like Mike said, he is the perfect guy. So I want you, some of you guys might not know this about my brother, but he has like supernatural abilities. He's like a mutant. He's like an X-Men. So growing up, I love WWF. It's WWE now, of course. And I love just doing the finishing moves after watching an episode. And no better person to do it on than my little brother. Yeah. And so, I would do the Undertaker tombstone on him. I would do the Hulk Hogan leg drop, and so the uncanny ability with my brother is that like he never went to the emergency room. Crazy. And he was willing and always able to satisfy my wrestling, my wrestling need. And, it passed down from my neighbor Andy, who did it to me, so I had to do it to my brother. So, yeah. Growing up, after, as he got older, he, some other supernatural abilities he had was like one day he was like, I want to buy a skateboard. Okay, Rich, go get one. He gets a skateboard and just starts doing crazy tricks on it the first day he's on the skateboard. One day he was like, bro, I'm going snowboarding. Oh, good luck. Your butt's gonna hurt. Your leg's gonna be sore. He comes home with a photo of him on a half pipe doing crazy aerials on the first time on snowboard. He's like, Jeff, I don't want a bodyboard. It's too easy. I'm gonna start surfing. The first day he surfs, he's like Kelly Slater out there getting barreled, crazy. So my brother is just a natural when it comes to that. I grew up just so proud of him, just so happy that he was my brother. I showed him off, hey, my brother could do this, do it, do it. I could never do it, but he could, So that was that's something I always admire about my brother. So, growing up, things were pretty great. We have the Meyer family. I like to recognize them, Harry and Betsy and Andy, and they always made our childhood just awesome. Like, we grew up playing outside. It was a safe environment, shooting hoops as long as we wanted, and as long as we were cool with the Myers, we were cool with the whole street, so they couldn't say anything to us. So thank you so much. As we got older, things started to change a bit. Our biological mother got sick. Things were getting a little tough. But growing up, before my mother got sick, my brother and I, we were inseparable. I treated him like he was my own son, I loved him so, I love you, man. I love you so much, man. The way I stare at my daughters when they sleep is the same way I stared at you when you were a baby. I would look at you, play with your nose, you know what I mean? So, but things started to change. My brother, became his own independent self, and I couldn't control him anymore. I couldn't ask him, hey, let me try this new move on you. No, it didn't work anymore. He started to become his own man, and I had to respect that. But I had trouble with that. Him becoming his own man, and our age difference, me going to high school, him being in junior high, my mother being sick, a lot going on. We kind of, I won't say separated, but we were kind of a little distant during that time. It was tough time for both of us, right? During that time, I kind of steered further away from Christ, but my brother really found Christ and gravitated towards him. So I am so thankful for our Lord Jesus Christ for coming into your life for that. Thank you, Lord. So, sorry guys, sorry. It's during that time, Richard's other uncanny ability started to show. The one that would carry him on to his next phase of his life. My brother has always been happy-go-lucky, outgoing, and that never changed throughout the tough times, even though deep down inside we were going through a tough time. So you have this ability to stay positive. Like Kristen said during the ceremony, you're always joyful, enthusiastic, and that is a quality that I, to this day, wish I had. Like Dad always says, you're the happy one and I'm the grumpy one. Yeah. So I really truly feel like it's that is your best quality, your enthusiasm, your joy of life, your optimism, and growing up, I wanted you to be like me. You know what I mean? And I think that's where we steered apart, because I couldn't control you anymore. I couldn't ask you to get clotheslined by me, you know what I mean? Or let me go on the top turnbuckle and just give you a good Jimmy Snuka. Ah! You know what I mean? So, I'm getting off track here. Just thinking about wrestling. I just want to do some moves right now. So in that, I want you to know, everyone to know that, okay, so, yes, you looked up to me, I enjoyed that, I loved that, and then there was a time where you became your own person, right? And the past 10, 15 years or so, there's been a shift, and you might not know this, maybe you feel it or not, but I gotta let you know, bro, that I look up to you. You know what I mean? The roles have switched. You are such an amazing person, and I am so blessed to have you as my brother. I'm so happy for today. Mom upstairs is looking down, and like I opened it with, it takes you are a remarkable man, and it's only fitting that you marry a remarkable woman. Kristen, ever since I met you, I knew you were the one. I could just tell. That aura you become, like, I could be pissed off and grumpy Jeff, but then when I see you and with my brother, you just uplift my whole vibe. You know what I mean? And you have that bit, look at that smile, You know what I mean? And then it matches my brother's. So I'm just rambling on right now, but at the end of the day, bro, you're my role model. I can't ask for a better role model, you and Kristen, for my daughters. They're so blessed to have you guys in their lives. We all are. Everybody in this room is. And with that, I just want to say congrats to the newlyweds. Raise your glass up, and I'm going to steal my brother's water cup. Cheers, everybody. stage.
Hug, man. Thanks, bro. I love you.
Growing up, I've always wanted to be your admirable older sister and dreamed that I would teach you the ways of the world and you would look up to me and admire me. Well, it somehow turned out quite the opposite because I think a lot of times I actually ended up looking up to you and wanting to do what you did. Hence, our biggest fights growing up were always you getting mad at me and shouting, "Stop copying me!" To which Mom would reply, "Chrissy, she's only copying you because you have good idea." You always wanted to be unique and independent, and perhaps as the younger sibling, you were determined to be your own person and not follow in my shadows. You always made it known pretty clear that you never wanted to be referred to as Val's younger sister either, because you definitely hated wearing matching Easter dresses. You hated when people referred to us as the in-girls. And especially when they said things like, "Oh, they look like twins." Out would come the furrowed brow. It's like this. I can't do it, I'm too sweet. But this, we have this saying in our family, it's called the ing scowl. It's like, I don't know, do it. There, yeah. See, the ing scowl. Only she and my dad can do it. Mom and I are too sweet. We can't do it. Emmy can do it, though. So, growing up, you were determined to be your own person. This is exactly why you always excelled at everything you did. I think you always wanted to one-up me in everything, which made you into this incredibly intelligent, talented, and driven woman that you are today. You were just about the valedictorian in your high school. You became a better dancer than me, and you also showed great leadership as the captain of your dance team. And you made Mom and Dad never worry about your career path, unlike me, with your unwavering pursuit to become a registered dietitian. Even spiritually, your desire to learn and to grow in the Lord and your discipline to study the Bible always inspired me, and as a result, you have become a source of counsel and wisdom to me. So in every way, though I am an older sister, I grew more and more to admire and look up to you because of who you are, what you can do, and how you excel 110% in everything you put your mind to. I still have a few proud moments as your older sister, though. So there were a few times that I actually succeeded in being the older, wiser, and admirable sister that you'd want to copy me. Like the time I convinced you to bring a bucket of goldfish into the bathtub, and it all spilled over and all the crackers went down the drain. This is like 300 goldfish in this bucket. This is a really bad idea. Or the other time I told you, "Hey, let's play hairdresser," and I cut your bangs up to here the day before your preschool graduation. However, for as many times as I convinced you into doing some crazy and sometimes not so smart things with me as your older sister, I can think of actually more times that you got me to follow you to do some pretty outrageous things. Yes, you. Like the time you got our whole family and a whole family room of our church friends to dance to Richard Simmons videos for your 21st birthday party. And with a starring live Richard Simmons who is sitting in this room. And he was wearing very short shorts too. So that's all out of love for Chrissy. And you have this amazing ability to make something silly into the coolest thing ever and to make us break out of our reserved Asian shells and to be free and to have fun. Though there is nobody with as much contagious and outrageous energy, and your ability to get us to do things like this is one of the qualities I love most about you. For all these reasons, I knew you would be a gem to some lucky guy out there. I knew, however, that he would have to work really hard because you wouldn't just give any guy the time of day. He'd have to be pretty special to get all of this amazingness. Enter Rich into the picture. So Rich, as Mike and I have gotten to know you, here are some things that we have learned and love about you. First is your contagious enthusiasm. So you have this amazing ability to make anything seem like the most exciting thing in the world. Hey, Rich, how's that Bluetooth speaker you got for your wedding gift? Oh my goodness, it's amazing! Can you hear the bass? Oh man, listen to that, the sound is so good, oh it's so deep, oh man! Sounds just like Rich, right? So you could pretty much convince me to get excited about anything with you. Second, your love for the Lord. So, and also for reaching out to people. So you know how Chrissy is passionate about studying the Bible and wholeheartedly committed to serving the Lord. So how could we find a guy matched not only in biblical knowledge, but also in zeal for the Lord as much as my sister? Enter Rich, who not only has his master's in divinity, but he also works in ministry, serving the Lord every day. And he has a huge heart serving people and also college and high school students. So ding, 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 finally we found a guy who can guide her, serve alongside her, and be her spiritual leader. And lastly, Rich, you are devoted to my sister. So Mike and I asked you, we had you over for dinner one day, and we asked you, so how and when did you know Chrissy was the one? And you said, pretty much from day one. Because after hours and hours of conversation with her, I knew this is a girl I can go the distance with. So your steadfast devotion to her through your dating period, through wedding planning, and through times of conflict really show your commitment to never leave her side. So Rich, you officially passed the tests, and not just the Chrissy test, which is pretty tough. It's really tough, actually. But you also passed the Mike and Val test, which is equally tough. And so now we are overjoyed to welcome you into our family. Please cherish our Chrissy like we cherish her. We are trusting you to take care of her physically, but also to care for her heart. She is our very, very special Chrissy, and she's an amazing woman from the inside out. She will make your life exceedingly rich, so you will be a very richy rich. And lastly, I have a few gifts for you. I want to give you a salt shaker, and I want to give you a voucher for a free steak dinner at the Lamb's house. Because now that you are marrying my sister, your diet is going to become exceedingly more healthy and definitely lower in sodium. And she will probably never cook you red meat. You're going to be eating chicken and fish from now on. But hey, you can look on the bright side because you will have the lowest blood pressure and cholesterol of anybody I know. So however, as family now, you are always invited over to our house for a cheat day in case you want salty fried foods or a steak dinner. And to Kristen, my beloved sister, I am so amazingly proud of you. I've been there to witness a lot of your milestones, but this is perhaps one of the most special of them all. As I mentioned, you have always gotten mad at me for copying you. But the truth is that there is no one better that I would like to emulate my life after than you. I admire you so very, very much, and you're such a person of integrity and faith that I can't help but want to follow you. You have an enthusiasm that is so contagious that I will do Richard Simmons any day as long as I can do it with you. Because you always make it fun. Thanks for being there for me faithfully. You have been nothing but an amazing sister to me, and I can only hope that I could be just as great of a sister to you. Please, above all, show Rich your love, but also show him your respect. They say wives always want to feel loved by their husbands, but husbands always want to feel respected by their wives. So please submit to him and allow him to be the leader of your family. Your job is to build him up, not tear him down, and to make him feel like he's the most amazing man in the world every day. I have no doubt that you'll make a great wife to Rich. You have shown your heart of service over and over again to me, Mike, and Emmy, and to Mom and Dad by cooking and cleaning, Cinderella, and helping around the house and being a Chrissy Uber. So I know that you will continue to serve your new husband with this same selflessness. Also, I can see in you an incredible mom someday, I can see it in the way that you treat and love Emmy, and I just can't wait to be there and maybe hold your leg when you reach that milestone too. She held my leg. I love you. I'm so proud of you. With the little older sister power that I have remaining, I would like to offer this toast and to ask God to bless your marriage, that He would use this marriage to build you both up to be stronger together than you are apart. Okay. Cheers.
Wow. Good evening, everyone. It is a beautiful and wonderful and a great evening. First of all, I want to congratulate brand new couple, Mr. and Mrs. Richard and Kristen. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers, sisters, relatives, and friends, very welcome and thank you so much. You spend your special time to come here with us to celebrate the Richard and Kristen wedding ceremony and banquet. Thank you so much. I'm very happy to have Kristen to join the Hans family. I'm feel our both family are stronger through the Kristen and the Richard's marriages. Yeah. Kristen, she is an incredible young woman who is raised by the great parents, Arno and Elaine. Also, a very wonderful grandmother, Patty. Where's the grandma? Hey, I love you. Thank you, Grandma. And I hope you have very happy, healthy, and bright life together. Yeah. And tonight, I wish everyone have very great time and wonderful evening. And thank you so much. God bless you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you and thank you. Thank you.
So most fathers I know want their daughters to marry rich. And today, our daughter married rich. But you know, there's a lot of ways to define rich. And I can tell you from this man's heart, one thing I look for is really a richness towards God. And we have that in this man right here. So tonight, I just want to talk to you as a couple, just for a few minutes. And also, Chrissy, I do want to say that you're as beautiful on the inside as you are on the outside. And tonight, you've never been more beautiful than you are as a bride. And you know how much Mom and Dad love you. And now you know how much Rich loves you. Such a special day, a special time. So today, what I want to talk to you about is really not only that we want you to have a great marriage, because a great marriage is a moment in time kind of marriage. We want you to have a strong marriage. A strong marriage is a go the distance kind of marriage. So I have an acronym for strong. And S stands for stand by one another. As things get tough, if they're easy, if they're tough, I want you to stand by one another. T stands for take time to talk things through together tonight. Maybe not tonight, but tomorrow. Not tonight. Okay, tomorrow. Okay, but take time to talk things through, as I know you have, to settle differences and work it out, right? And that's also important. So the next thing is R. R stands for be ready to forgive. I want you to be ready to forgive. There are going to be things that are going to come up. Just need to be ready to forgive. O stands for only have eyes for one another. Now, you're such a good-looking couple. You are a good-looking couple. You are good-looking. And did I say you are good-looking? So guys are going to be approaching Chrissy, okay? Chrissy, they're going to be approaching you, trying to make some moves on you. But what I want you to do is I want you to tell them, why do I want to fill myself with carbs when I have protein at home? Now, Rich, it amazes me, Rich, that you haven't had like all these women chasing you down. It's such a good-looking guy that you are. Seriously, you're a good-looking guy. Good-looking guy. But what I want you to do is when somebody comes up to you and they start flashing these big Hello Kitty eyes at you, I want you to run. Remember the Bible, like Joseph, run. Okay, son? Okay. All right. So now, where was I? Okay, only have eyes. Okay, what comes next? And okay, thank you. Okay, N stands for never, never, ever forget to say I love you. Never forget to say I love you. Every day, every moment, before you go to sleep, when you wake up in the morning, tell each other you love one another. Okay? And the last word is G. And G stands for I want you to grow together in God's love. I want you to grow. As you grow together, you will grow together as a couple, and you will have a strong marriage that goes the distance. In closing, I'd just like to share with you that there's a God in heaven who loves you, and a God in heaven who knows you, and a God in heaven who knows you by heart.